Hello, I'm Antonio Mora, and this is the newsandnews.com Day in Brief. Today's top stories in about 3 minutes. It is Thursday, June 14th at 6:30 p.m. I'm still traveling, so please pardon this more casual look and sound. The big story today was the Department of Justice's Inspector General's report was released. And it was a bit anticlimactic because most of what we saw today had already been released in leaks that we had seen about the report and its look into the Clinton email scandal. The big headline is that it slammed former FBI Director James Comey as being insubordinate, but that it found that bias did not taint the FBI's probe into the scandal. That said, the report did find more politically charged anti-Trump texts involving FBI agents, and the report raised concerns that could have swayed or found some political bias or indicated political bias in some of the investigative decisions that were made. Meanwhile, New York State's Attorney General sued Donald Trump and his 3 oldest kids, alleging a pattern of illegal conduct by the Trump Foundation over a decade, including inappropriately benefiting the Trump campaign and personal and business interests. Trump reacted strongly, as you'd expect, and he blasted the lawsuit, saying he'd fight it. Secretary of State Mike Pompeo continued his travels in Asia, meeting with leaders there about North Korea. On Thursday, he met with China's Xi Jinping, and Pompeo said that the Chinese have agreed to continue their sanctions against the Kim regime. A disturbing story from Germany, where police arrested a man who apparently had produced biological weapons in his home. They found a deadly toxin there, and they say that he had terrorist sympathies. A couple of big stories in sports. The World Cup debuted today with a face-saving win by the Russian team over the Saudis by 5-0. And I say face-saving because a lot of people had talked about how the Russian team was likely the weakest host team in the history of the World Cup. The other big story was U.S. Open. Golf started at Shinnecock in Southampton, and it was the golf course that won the battle today. Tiger Woods started with a triple bogey on the first hole. It didn't get much better for him later. And it was so rough for the world's top golfers out there that a lot of them looked like they were just weekend hackers. Now to our alternate universes segment, the great divide between conservative and liberal media. The coverage of the IG report was really all over the place, both on TV and online. Conservative media tended to focus on the harshest terms in the report about James Comey and on those texts, those FBI texts, saying that they created an appearance of impropriety at the FBI and internal bias there against Trump. Liberal media did not spare Comey, but it did tend to focus on the report's finding that bias did not taint the Clinton email probe. Finally, do you think that your kids aren't as smart as you are and that you are smarter than your parents? Well, that might not have to do with an inflated sense of self-image, because another study has found that IQ has declined significantly in populations around the world, this one specifically about Norway, since 1975, after there had been an IQ boom during much of the 20th century. Researchers are blaming all this on a variety of environmental factors, including less reading and the internet. Personally, I have 2 causes for you: PlayStation, Xbox. You can find all those stories and much more updated around the clock 7 days a week on newsandnews.com, where you'll find all you need to know in one place. Please follow us on Facebook at Real News and News. Follow me on Twitter at AMoraTV, and I will see you again tomorrow.